everybody, today we're gonna make Persian lentil rice or adaspolo using 2 cups of raw lentils, 3 cups of white or brown basmati rice. You may use any other kind of rice as you please. 1 cup of seedless raisins. This may be optional as I will show you 2 variations of this dish. And 1 pound of ground beef. Let's get started. Cook your beef in water for about 10 minutes over medium-high heat. Remove the excess water and break it up into small pieces. Add 4 tablespoons of olive oil to your frying pan as we're going to saute the meat. You can replace olive oil with butter or any other kind of vegetable oil. Saute your ground beef for about 5 minutes and then add half a teaspoon of sea salt and 2 tablespoons of turmeric powder. Turmeric powder not only adds a golden hue to your food, but it has extraordinary anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and antimicrobial properties. Meanwhile, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit that like button for me. Persians usually make this dish with ground beef, though you can make it with chicken, turkey, or lamb. In the original version of this meal, you make it with some sort of meat. However, you can either skip adding the meat or substitute it with other alternatives such as soy meat to have a vegan version of adaspolo. In a separate pot, cook your lentils in 4 cups of water on medium-high heat until it's fully cooked. The type of lentils that I'm using cook pretty quickly, which is why I'm cooking them separately. In another pot, bring 6 cups of water to a boil and add 2 tablespoons of sea salt to it. Next, I'm gonna add my rice that has been soaked in water for about 5 hours. I added 6 cups of water because for each cup of rice you need 1 to 2 cups of water depending on the quality of the rice. Bring the water to another boil until the rice is part cooked, which will take about 10 minutes. You want the rice grains to be soft on the outside and still firm in the center. Then drain it in a strainer or colander and rinse it with cold water. I'm gonna use matzah bread for my tahdig, but of course you can replace it with slices of potatoes or any other kind of flatbread. Add enough oil to cover the bottom of your pot. Once the oil starts to sizzle, add your flatbreads in a single layer fashion. You can also skip this step and pour a layer of rice on the bottom to achieve a crispy layer of rice tahdig. Next, I'm gonna layer my ingredients on top of each other. As I mentioned earlier in this video, I'm preparing 2 variations of this dish. 1 for meat lovers and 1 for vegans and vegetarians. Some individuals like to soak their raisins in water for about a few hours before adding it to their dish, but I don't think it's necessary. You can also have a few chopped dates to this recipe in case you like to have a sweeter version of Persian lentil rice. Also consider adding additional spices such as cinnamon and ground pepper to your meat mixture. Feel free to change up the recipe and add additional dried fruits. The layer of thin flatbread laid between the pot and the rice in this dish acts as a barrier to prevent the dried fruits from burning, and also becomes a crispy golden brown bread tahdig. If you have the kind of lentils that take a long time to cook, it's better to add it to your rice and let it cook alongside it. Adaspolo is a delicious Persian rice dish that's adorned with lentils and raisins. The lentils provide a source of protein, while the raisins give the dish its natural sweetness. Many believe Persian cuisine is very exotic and always requires obscure ingredients. However, Persian lentil rice is one of those dishes that you can make with ingredients that you have in your pantry right now, as it doesn't require any special ingredient. Once you have layered your ingredients in a pyramid or heap shape, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of hot water to your rice mixture. Let the rice steam for 20 to 30 minutes over low heat. To make saffron liquid, you will need 1/4 of a teaspoon saffron threads, which you must grind into small pieces. This is totally optional as saffron can be a relatively expensive spice. Go ahead and add 4 to 5 tablespoons of hot water and let it steam alongside the rice. The most effective way to draw the flavor and color out of saffron is to submerge it within a hot liquid. As you can observe, all my ingredients have been fully cooked. I have added some liquid saffron to my rice, but the vibrant yellow color that you see is mostly due to the turmeric powder that we added to our meat mixture. I absolutely love this layering method rather than just mixing my ingredients together, because with this layering method, your lentils won't become crushed. I have also melted about 70 grams of butter to add to my rice as I'm layering it. Butter not only adds flavor to the rice, but it also prevents the rice grains from sticking to each other. Some people prefer to add fried onions to their meat mixture. I think this is totally optional and you're not required to do it for this recipe. I love Persian lentil rice not only for its simplicity and color, but also for the balance and harmony of ingredients, creating a great foundation for whatever you serve this dish with. So much of this dish is familiar and comforting, not just to Persians, but also in many cultures around the world. This definitely makes it to most Persians' top 10 list of favorite rice dishes. To prepare this dish is to be reminded of a stately dance, each flavor in turn taking the spotlight and then merging into the background to let another one take the lead. This elegant dance of all the salty and sweet elements is bathed in the gentle light of the saffron that complements the dish with brightness and poise. I'm going to move on to the second variation of this dish, which is prepared for vegetarians and vegans. I'm using the same layering technique to layer my rice mixture and lentils, and at the end I will garnish it with some saffron rice. Persian lentil rice is truly an experimentation with flavors, techniques, and preferences. You can garnish this dish with saffron, raisins, dates, fried onions, or any other kind of dried fruits. Be careful to not add too much saffron as it can make your rice a little bitter. The rule of thumb is usually to add 3 strands for each person that you're serving. 3 strands is approximately a half teaspoon. Additionally, I'd prefer purchasing saffron threads over powdered saffron as it has more flavor, aroma, and color. My dish is finally ready to be served. I'm so glad I shared this recipe with you all. As you can see, I was able to create 2 different dishes, one for vegetarians and vegans, and one for meat lovers in about an hour and a half. You can serve Persian lentil rice with plain yogurt or pickled vegetables. And of course, don't forget to take the tahdig out of the bottom of the pot and taste its crispiness while it is still hot. The exotic flavors of Persian lentil rice yield extraordinary results to the simplest meal. The combination of ingredients makes a pleasurable dining experience. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and learned a new recipe. Please share your thoughts in the comments section as I look forward to reading them. And be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Flavorsome Kitchen. Be sure to like this video and share this amazing recipe with your friends and family members. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care!